The NFL protected Patrick Mahomes and made sure he's getting back to yet another home AFC Championship game that will give him a great shot at getting to yet another Super Bowl game, whose ratings will go through another roof, this one in New Orleans, because of the SWIFTIES. The NFL is now prisoner of the SWIFTIES.
Oh, man.
Mahomes has turned into the biggest flop artist in the game. He knows he's going to get every call, so he flinches and he flops and he rolls and he dives, and the refs buy it because the refs got the memo. And then the two flags just about made me puke, because it's just hard to watch Mahomes get such preferential, protective treatment where you're just like, what? Those two flags were outrageously wrong. You know it, and I know it, and the league knows it.
Skip Bayless exposes the Chiefs in the NFL for cheating. I want you to hear exactly what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
I just finished watching Texans at Chiefs.
Good one. Very
good. It
good
made
one.
me sick at my stomach.
Stop
I need
crying.
some Pepto-Bismol. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because I'll keep thinking about those two outrageous phantom penalties, 15-yard flags thrown for Patrick Mahomes. The NFL protected Patrick Mahomes and made sure he's getting back to yet another home AFC Championship game that will give him a great shot at getting to yet another Super Bowl game.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they're going viral right now on the internet saying that the refs are helping them win games, and it looks like Patrick Mahomes is going to be on his way to a Super Bowl. I think they can get past either the Bills or the Ravens, so I like their chances. But the Chiefs are not looking good as far as social media right now.
Whose ratings will go through another roof, this one in New Orleans, because of the SWIFTIES. The NFL is now prisoner of the SWIFTIES.
Oh, man.
It's protecting Patrick Mahomes through the referees, game after game after game, to ensure that the SWIFTIES will come back and watch game after game after game.
Yeah, those SWIFTIES are legit, man. They're making billions of dollars out there. You see the tour revenue, legendary status. Now the NFL, they want her viewership. They want her fan base to watch the games, get a younger audience. So I can see that happening.
I am sick and tired of watching it. Patrick Mahomes hits and he misses and he hits and he misses and he chugs and he rumbles. And they survive again in a game they got outplayed in. Statistically outplayed. Just go look at the numbers. Across the board, the Texans were a little better. Yeah, they kicked themselves in the butt again and again. They missed a field goal. They had the late one blocked. They missed the extra point. So that's, 7 points that they gave away.
Yeah, they gave up points too. I know there's a lot of controversy with the Chiefs right now, but the Texans missed plenty of opportunities.
The score was 23-12. But the game revolved around, the game hinged upon, the game was detonated by two personal fouls called on the visiting Texans against Patrick Mahomes. The first one was a roughing the passer that Will Anderson pulled up on. It was called helmet to helmet, and I don't know, maybe his helmet barely touched Mahomes. Mahomes has turned into the biggest flop artist in the game. He knows he's going to get every call, so he flinches and he flops and he rolls and he dives, and the refs buy it because the refs got the memo.
Well, you know, it's a quarterback-driven league, so if you even bump the quarterback seconds after he throws the ball, of course it's going to be an acting job there, so he's just playing the game. This is where it's at right now as far as getting those calls from the refs.
Get the SWIFTIES to the AFC Championship game. Get them back in Arrowhead. Get Taylor Swift back in the box. And please, somebody tell me what possessed Caitlin Clark to associate with Taylor Swift. Caitlin, you're better than that. You're bigger than she is. You don't need her. You don't need to hang out with her in a box at Sparrowhead.
She trying to go mainstream, trying to keep that mainstream appeal. So She wants to align herself with the Swifties. It's all a plan just to get to the next level.
Come on, what are you doing? Stay on your own path. Blaze your own trail. You don't need Taylor Swift and the Swifties. You've got the Clarkies. There are billions of them.
No, there's not, Skip.
What was that about? Come on, I lost a little respect for you, Caitlin. You don't need this.
Never had respect for
I don't need to watch another Mahomes game in which he gets these roughing personal foul penalties. Will Henderson, he pulled up. And they threw a flag that's fueled another drive, sparked another drive.
Yeah, well, Henderson's pissed off right now. He even called out the refs that it was going to be the Texans versus the refs, so he's going to be fine. I can see 50,000 coming real soon.
And then the second one, which kept another drive going and basically ended the game for the Texans. 2 Texans are flying over Mahomes, who's sliding late. And the 2 Texans hit helmet to helmet, and it was friendly fire because they hurt each other way, way more than they hurt Mahomes because they didn't touch Mahomes. And flags flew. We got to protect him. We got the memo.
Got the memo, Skip?
We got to make sure that Patrick gets to another AFC Championship game because he's the face of the league now. He had a miserable year by his standards. He had a very average game by his standards. And could somebody explain to me, maybe rival defenses think Travis Kelce's washed? Maybe they just think he's an old man now, just a relic.
He hasn't really been playing the best, him and Patrick, but they always find a way to win games. So I know there's some controversy with the refs right now, but I already knew the Chiefs was going to make it back to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they still got one game left, but I think they're the odd favorites to make it back.
Just an echo of what he used to be. Basically just another Swiftie out in the crowd applauding her. I mean, couldn't the Texans have assigned one defender to cover Travis Kelce? Because every time he caught a ball, there wasn't anybody within 15 yards of him, including the one in the end zone that ended the game.
Maybe the Texans were in on it. You know, you get a lot of money, you know, if you give up these games. So I don't know, man. I know the Texans are pissed right now, but for Travis Kelce to have a lot of yards after the catch, that's a little head scratching.
I mean, can't you cover him? It's reminiscent eerily of that first half at Baltimore last year in the AFC Championship game. Couldn't you guys just cover 87? Maybe put one guy on him?
Yeah.
Is he not in the game plan anymore? You don't have to worry about him. Just ignore 87. He can still catch it. He can still chug with it. He chugged along pretty well on the biggest gain of his playoff career when he was wide open. I don't think there was anybody within 20 yards of him. Yeah, you let him get up ahead of steam at 250 pounds. He's pretty hard to get on the ground. And what do you get down to the 5? I don't know what you guys are doing. And a game that started so wrong, how lucky can the Chiefs get? And that Chris Boyd, I don't know that much about him. I haven't followed him this year. I followed the Texans closely, but some special teams player. They give up a 63-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff at Sparrowhead, where the Chiefs have been the luckiest team in the history of the world this year.
We already know once the Chiefs get to the playoffs, they take it to the next level. Teams can't handle the Chiefs. I don't care what the controversy is with the refs. The Chiefs, they're one of the greatest playoff teams ever, especially in recent memory after the Patriots era. So you can't sleep on the Chiefs. They may not play good in the regular season, but as long as they make the playoffs, that's where they turn it up.
What was it, 6 times I had that they had last-second wins? All of them incredibly fortunate, if not all-out lucky. And then Boyd, I don't know, he rips his helmet off on the field. He's supposed to be tackling the guy, and he rips his helmet off because he's mad. I don't know if he's mad about the coverage called. I don't know. So he gets a 15-yard flag, which is only half the distance because they've already run it back 63 yards. And then he goes to the sideline and shoves the special teams coach in a fit of anger.
Yeah, it was over after that. Once you start fighting your coaching staff as a player, the frustration's there early on in the game. It was a wrap for the Texans. They knew they were going to lose that game.
Just like hysterical anger. I don't know what happened. I wanted D'Amico Ryans to march over him Jimmy Johnson style and just point to him and then point to the locker room and say, "You there." Send him to the locker room and then send him home. That's how you handle that situation. You can't have that on your sideline to start a divisional round playoff game on the road against the defending champs. You got to seize that one right by the throat and say, "That's enough. I won't take that." I don't know what happened. Did he keep playing? The ESPN didn't make it a storyline from there on. I don't know. I have no idea. So that started wrong. And then the two flags just about made me puke, because it's just hard to watch Mahomes get such preferential, protective treatment where you're just like, what? Those two flags were outrageously wrong. You know it, and I know it, and the league knows it.
True, but you know that players of Patrick Mahomes' caliber, they're going to get the preferential treatment. They're going to get the benefit of the doubt. So, yeah, if the call looks kind of iffy, the ref's going to go in Patrick Mahomes' favor or any other star athlete favor. That's where it's at. The better you are, the more calls that you get.
Talk about a swift kick in the butt. Way to go, NFL. You got exactly what you wanted. You got the Swifties coming back full force for your ratings for the AFC Championship game. But you know what? I got one for you. Here's a swift kick in your butt. Lamar Jackson will take care of all of the above a week from tomorrow at Sparrowhead. Yeah, I know he's got to take care of business tomorrow night at Buffalo, but he will. Lamar and the Ravens will win at Buffalo, and they will march on to Sparrowhead, and they will rise above the protective treatment by the refs of Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens will get revenge for what happened to them at Baltimore last year.
I like Baltimore. Definitely Lamar Jackson, MVP candidate, but I don't know if they can beat the Chiefs. They may be able to skirt past the Bills, but the Chiefs, they're a different animal in the playoffs. But I rock with Lamar. I don't really have a dog in a race, but I just think the Chiefs are going to win it all.
When they did not show up for the first half, but they did win the second half. It's time. It's Lamar's time. Mahomes' time is over. You can protect him only so far, National Football League. Swifties, go home. Lamar's going to send you all home at Sparrowhead. Lamar and the Ravens are advancing to the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles. You heard it here first before the season started, and you will hear it here last. This is the end of the outrageously protective treatment of Patrick Mahomes. Lamar will end it soon.
Hopefully, you never know, but just as far as the Chiefs cheating, again, it's up in the air. I know they're 7-0 when that referees the game, so a lot of stats are going to be thrown out there against the Chiefs, but again, we already know that the Chiefs take it to the next level in the playoffs, and I'm sure the league, they'll investigate it, but it may not go that far. Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl, that's going to be a great thing for the NFL. We seen what happened last season when they went to the Super Bowl, so it's just going to get to the next level. But best of luck to the Chiefs. We'll see if they win it all.